Hey there, language learners! Welcome back to the channel where we make mastering English not just possible, but fun and exciting. If you've ever felt like learning English is a huge mountain to climb, or if you're just looking for some tips to speed up your progress, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into 10 powerful tips that will help you supercharge your English learning journey. Whether you're a beginner just starting out, or someone who wants to take their skills to the next level, these strategies are designed to get you speaking and understanding English faster than you ever thought possible. So, grab a notebook, get comfy, and let's jump into it. How to learn English. Quickly, 10 tips. English is an exciting and versatile language to learn. Though it's considered accessible and relatively easy compared to some other languages, with over 750,000 words and a spelling system that can confuse even the most experienced learners, mastering English quickly can seem like a daunting task. But don't worry. If you have the right strategy and dedication, you can make rapid progress. Here are our top 10 tips for learning English quickly. 1. Read everything you can get your hands on. One of the most effective ways to learn English quickly is to read as much as possible. This includes a wide variety of content: classic literature, contemporary novels, newspapers, websites, emails, and even your social media feed or the back of a cereal box. Why is this so important? Reading exposes you to a rich mix of vocabulary, grammar structures, and expressions, some of which will be new to you, and some that you may already recognize. Encountering words and phrases repeatedly in different contexts helps reinforce your understanding and retention. Moreover, reading provides you with numerous examples of how words are used in real-life situations, making it easier to remember and use them correctly. However, don't just skim through the material. Engage with it actively, which leads us to the next tip. 2. Actively take note of new vocabulary. This classic learning technique remains popular because it works. When you come across a new word or phrase that catches your attention, it might seem unforgettable at first. However, it's easy to forget it unless you actively make an effort to remember it. To make sure new vocabulary sticks, get into the habit of carrying a small notebook or using a digital tool like Evernote or a vocabulary app on your phone. Whenever you encounter a new word or expression, write it down along with its meaning and a sentence that shows how it's used in context. This practice not only helps with memorization, but also ensures that you understand how to use the word properly in your own sentences later on. Over time, you'll build a personalized vocabulary list that you can review and add to regularly. 3. Talk with real live humans. Language is, at its core, a tool for communication. While reading and writing are important, speaking the language is crucial for gaining fluency. Many people understand English well, but struggle to speak it confidently. This is because speaking requires you to produce language on the spot, which can be intimidating. To overcome this, make it a point to practice speaking as much as possible. Look for opportunities to converse with native English speakers, either in person or online. Language exchange programs, conversation clubs, or even informal chats with friends who speak English can be incredibly beneficial. The more you speak, the more natural it will become, and you'll find that your fluency improves dramatically. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. What matters is that you're practicing and improving with each conversation. Subscribe to podcasts or YouTube channels. Another great way to immerse yourself in the English language is by listening to podcasts or watching YouTube channels that interest you. Whether you're into humor, politics, blogging, cooking, or any other topic, there's sure to be a podcast or YouTube channel out there in English that caters to your interests. By subscribing to a few, you can integrate English listening practice into your daily routine. Listen while you're driving, commuting, or even during your workout. At first, you might struggle to understand everything, especially if the speakers have strong accents or speak quickly. But don't get discouraged. Stick with it. And over time, your listening comprehension will improve, and you'll pick up new vocabulary and expressions. Plus, you'll be learning about topics you enjoy, which makes the process more enjoyable and engaging. 5. Go abroad. If you have the opportunity, one of the most effective ways to learn English quickly is by immersing yourself in an English-speaking environment. Living and studying in a country where English is the primary language forces you to use English in everyday situations, from ordering food at a restaurant to asking for directions. This constant exposure and need to communicate in English will accelerate your learning more than any textbook or classroom could. English is the most widely spoken language in the world, so you have plenty of countries to choose from. Whether you prefer the bustling cities of the United States or the tranquil countryside of New Zealand, immersing yourself in an English-speaking environment is a surefire way to improve your language skills quickly. 6. Use your friends. Social media is not just a tool for staying connected with friends. It can also be a valuable resource for learning English. If you have friends who post in English, don't just scroll past their updates. Take the time to read what they're sharing. Whether it's an article, a video, a song, or a blog post, if it's in English and the topic interests you, engage with it. Comment on their posts in English, ask questions, or even start a conversation based on what they've shared. This not only gives you more reading practice, but also provides you with a chance to use English in a real-world context. Engaging with content that interests you makes learning feel less like a chore and more like a natural part of your daily routine. 7. Ask a lot of questions. Curiosity is a powerful tool when learning a new language. As you progress in your English studies, you'll inevitably encounter things you don't understand, whether it's a confusing grammar rule, an unfamiliar idiom, or a word that seems to have multiple meanings. Don't let these doubts pile up. Ask questions. If you're in a class, your teacher is there to help, so take advantage of that. If you're learning on your own, there are plenty of resources available online, from language learning websites and blogs to forums where you can ask other learners or native speakers for help. Being proactive about resolving your doubts will deepen your understanding and help you avoid mistakes in the future. 8. Take a lead from the stars. Learning English doesn't have to be all about textbooks and formal exercises. It can also be fun. One way to mix up your learning routine is by following a native English-speaking actor, singer, or celebrity you like. Look for interviews they've done online and watch them. These interviews are often filled with natural, everyday language, including slang, jokes, and idiomatic expressions that you might not find in a textbook. Watching how your favorite stars speak in interviews can give you insights into how English is used in casual conversation. 9. Start with what you really need. When you start learning English, it can be tempting to try to learn everything at once. However, this approach can quickly become overwhelming and lead to burnout. To avoid this, focus on what you really need to know first. Think about why you're learning English and what situations you're most likely to encounter. Are you learning English for work? Then focus on business English and the specific vocabulary related to your industry. Are you planning to travel? Learn the phrases and words you'll need to navigate airports, hotels, and restaurants. By prioritizing the vocabulary and skills that are most relevant to your needs, you'll make faster progress and feel more confident in the situations that matter most to you. 10. Don't kick yourself while you're down. Learning a new language is a challenging process, and it's natural to experience moments of frustration and self-doubt. When you feel like you're not making progress, it's easy to get discouraged and start thinking, "I'll never be able to speak English fluently." But it's important to stay positive and keep things in perspective. Remind yourself of how far you've come, not just how far you still have to go. Instead of focusing on your mistakes, focus on the improvements you're making every day. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations like, "I'm getting better at English every day," or "I'm proud of the progress I've made so far." By staying motivated and maintaining a positive attitude, you'll be more likely to keep going, even when the going gets tough. By following these tips and staying committed to your goal, you'll find that learning English can be both a fun and rewarding experience. With patience, practice, and the right strategies, you'll be speaking English fluently before you know it. And that's a wrap for today's video. I hope these tips have given you some fresh ideas and motivation to boost your English learning journey. Remember, consistency is key, and with a little patience and practice, you'll be amazed at how quickly you can improve. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more language learning tips and tricks. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What tip are you excited to try first? Or do you have a favorite strategy that's worked wonders for you? Let's share and learn from each other. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep shining. See you in the next video.